It's on at least. If you are watching this as a VOD later, be advised that I'm still getting stuff set up, so you might want to fast forward a couple minutes until I get everything going. Alright, we're going to test out the audio balance a little bit. Seems good. I might want to turn the audio up a little bit. On the sound, game sound. Pretty good. Getting faster and faster at getting this all set up. Every time. Alright, well, I think we're good to go. I'm just gonna check to see, make sure it's all live on Restream. Looks like it. Okay. Good times. Alright, well. Then. Ooh, look at that picture of Jongbi. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the game here. And we'll get set up. Alright, hello there everybody. Multrap here. Welcome to another VODs and Chill show, where we hang out and we watch classic Pro StarCraft VODs from the good old days, and some modern stuff I guess. But we watch old StarCraft VODs and hang out and chat. And we already got Gourmand in the chat. How's it going, sir? It looks like a French name, Gourmand, but maybe it's not. Gourmand, perhaps. How's it going? Today we're gonna be starting off with a pretty cool game, I think. Jongbi versus Flash. Jongbi versus Flash. This is from the Jin Era OSL. I guess I could write that down on the thing here. Here we go. This is the group stage. It's the round of 8, but it's... Wait. Okay, that was weird. I thought I saw something on the... there's a window right in front of me, and I thought I saw like a cat or something on the roof. It's kind of weird. Anyway. How am I doing? Doing alright. Busy. Have a little bit of drama in my life lately. It's been, you know, bumming me out here and there, but I can't complain overall, you know. You know, I got some good stuff going for me. Got some good plans. Got some StarCraft to watch. It is a French name. Cool. Are you French, or you just picked a French name? There's that picture of Jongbi. It says this is a... it's kind of weird. It's like I think it says like round of 8 group D, but I didn't think the round of 8 was a group stage. Maybe it was for this OSL. Ah, French Canadian. Nice. I have visited Canada a couple times, but I haven't spent too much time there. I'd like to go back and see more of it. I mean, I actually kind of want to move there, since there's a lot of stuff that Canada does better than the United States, in my opinion. But they won't let you right now, unless you have a specific job there. I don't think they'd let me in and give me a visa if I was just like, well, it's very important that Canada has a washed-up esports broadcaster for games that are 20 years old. I don't think the French government's or the Canadian government's gonna buy that. It's weird. Where are all my cashews? Sorry, I have my little snack that I usually have is cashews and pretzels. They go well together, but I got almost all pretzels somehow. Anyway, I've been to I went on a couple trips just to British Columbia, but I haven't been able to see most of Canada. But I've heard cool things about it. It looks like a beautiful place. A lot of the places. I'd love to go and visit some of the parks and stuff. Pretty complicated. You need to have specific skills or go to school. Yeah, it's like that everywhere right now too. I was looking at, could I move to New Zealand? Could I move to Australia? Could I move to England? And everywhere wants you to have a specific skill. And actually, that's what it was in Korea too. That's the only reason I was able to move to Korea, is because I had a sponsorship from GOM TV who said that I had a skill that no one else in the country of Korea could offer, and that's why I was able to get a visa to move to Korea. So it's actually probably even more strict there than a lot of places. That SUV is just gonna walk right in. He's like, whatever, I'm just gonna walk right through your front door, get all the way to the back of your base, check it out. Flash is expanding pretty quickly. I don't think he's gonna get punished for it though. He's already got spider mines on the map. Jongbi expanded quickly also, of course. That's right. You can't stop me! That Dragoon tried. That Dragoon tried really hard. But SUVs are apparently stronger units than Dragoons. If there'd been like one hit from a Zealot or something like that, we wouldn't have made it so far, but because it takes like, how many hits does it take? Like 6 hits or something like that from a Dragoon to kill an SUV? 5 hits? That's a lot. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that actually either until you pointed out that there is no ramp, but there's a really small choke point at the natural, at least. Anyway, excited to see this game. When was this from, actually? This is from 2011. That's right. Oh, of course, Jenner was 2011. So this is like when Jongbi is. This is like a really, really good matchup, because this is like kind of like the best Terran ever versus the best Protoss ever in a way, because I think Jongbi in 2011 had surpassed the other Protosses that had played, you know? He got into a higher level. So he's like a match for Flash, you know? Or for Fantasy, if you think Fantasy was the best in this time period. He's a match for either of them. It's pretty incredible. Jongbi's in trouble though. What's in that shuttle? What's in that shuttle? Oh. Is he waiting for something to pop out of the... This is a beautiful timing by Flash. Look at this. Is Jongbi really going to clean it up from behind though? Did the Marines? No, the Marines didn't kill the shuttle. The shuttle is still there. Oh my god. He's just going to pick this apart. Just amazing. What the hell? And Flash didn't kill the shuttle with his Marines. I gotta go back and watch it again. That was amazing. How is Jongbi... Sorry. How does John B actually hold that? Like, it looks like it was like nothing to him. Like he loses nothing. There's a ton of vultures, a ton of mines, like 6 or 7 marines. He's got 3 dragoons in his natural. I think he's targeting the mines. He comes in with 3 more dragoons from the other side, so he's got 6 dragoons. The probes don't even care, they're just still mining. Somehow he cleaned up the mines at the top right. Hey, Derek-y? Derek? Derek-you? Thanks for the follow. That's right. Get back to work, probes. He didn't even pull the probes, though. He wasn't like I would have been worried about a mine drag killing his probes or something like that. But he's just like, yeah, I got this covered. I'm not gonna lose my natural. I'm just gonna micro 6 dragoons against this giant Terran force and just wreck, absolutely wreck face. It's John B for you, man. So good. He's like so good that I don't even understand how good he is. How you doing, Diggity? Slave robots. Bit sleepy? Dude, I have not been sleeping well this week. Look at him clearing the mines with the dragoon and the shuttle. What a boss. Is this the mole trap from Violet, Cholera, and Diggity times? Yes, it is. As evidenced by the fact that Diggity is also in the chat right now. How's it going? An old school fan, it sounds like. Welcome back. 진짜 칼 갖고 무시무시했었던 그 한방 러시 있지 않습니까? 그거 진짜 제가 장담하건데 허영무 아니라 그냥 여느 토스였으면 거기서 끝났습니다. Now when you say Violet, what do you mean Violet? Was there a caster named Violet? I mean, I remember there was a player named Violet. Oh, Violet Attack. Duh. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes that makes total sense now. I never knew how that was pronounced or what that name was. I never found out if it was Vile TAK or Violet-Attack or Violet AK. Hey, what does it say? Migaferkos? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Oh, those 3 dragoons were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I tried to get BSL to come here. No one wants the boomer games. That's alright. Thank you. Oh yeah. Oh, is that where we... Oh, we got a couple people here. Is that where Migaferkos came from as well? You guys come over from BSL? Did BSL just end? Nice. Good old Clazart time, right? I miss Clazart. Had no idea the old casters are on Twitch. Yeah, it's a recent development. Oh, what is he doing here with these shuttles? That was weird. He could have taken out the shuttle, but he stopped targeting it with the glass. That was interesting. Look at this drop. Yeah, it's a recent development. I've been back on Twitch and YouTube about, well, I've been on YouTube about a year. A little over a year now, and I've been on Twitch for less time, and Diggity's been back for like a couple months now, maybe a few months. Rise also, if you remember Rise, he's been like off and on a little bit back the last year, or last several months. How insane is this game though, by the way? Jongby's so good. I wish I knew how to get a hold of Medri's VOD library. Although I guess pretty much everything's on YouTube anyway, so it's not like I need that big. He must have like terabytes of VODs or something like that. Yeah, Diggity's been casting BSL. I have not been doing any BSL games. I don't know if I have time for it, but I haven't really been. I don't want to say it like a bad thing, like, oh, they haven't talked to me about it. I haven't talked to them about it either. I just, you know. Oh yeah, I mean, his list is there, but is his is there a link to anything? I think it's just a list, right? Yeah, it's just lit. But the actual VODs themselves, like for download, are they there? Whoa, excuse me. It's crazy how much. Oh, you know what? We talked about that last show too, about watching some B-net attack. Maybe we'll watch some B-net attack next. I was impressed with your acrobatic skills. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, I did a. I think this is probably what they're referring to. I did a. I don't even remember when it was or why, but I was in the GOM TV studio and I did like a flip basically in the studio. Or I think it's not called a flip because it's called a flip if you don't use your hands, right? But I use my hands, so I don't know what that's called. Anyway, well, here's a nice little slaughter probes. Put them all on gas, several probes with gas. He lifted his CC? I missed it. Oh, versus the blind kid? Was that flat? Flash did that? Because I know Boxer did that way back in the day. Or maybe it was did Boxer play? I don't remember what happened. He played versus someone that was blind. I guess maybe it wasn't a kid. I think Boxer had some sort of a disadvantage, but he still won because how do you play blind? I guess maybe these days there might be enough tools. There might be enough tools that you could play blind now. Not like very good, but there might be like enough. What's the word? Things that assist you, I guess. Oh, there's a word for it. I'm not thinking of it right now. Boxer plays poker now? I'm not surprised. You can hear the Korean casters talking about carriers, by the way. That dud was a scary looking dud. Scare him. Okay, lost some reavers for nothing. But a lot of pro StarCraft players go to poker when they're done with StarCraft. So I'm not surprised at all. He's probably good at it, right? He's probably really good at it. Boxer streams sometimes too, actually. Not like he's not like a streamer. He doesn't stream very often, but I see him online every once in a while. The Creamcasters are going crazy right now because there's a crazy situation. Flash is pushing here with his giant, massive army. And this is, remember, this is a Battle of the Titans in 2011, you know? And John, oh, he EMP'd the Templar! Holy crap! But not enough. Jongbi is the king of storms. Don't wake up your wife. Let her sleep. What are you? Is it the morning where you are? Derek? I don't know how you say it. Oh, the EMPs! Wow. Okay, it's the evening. I was like, cause the only place where it's morning right now would be like Hawaii? Or somewhere in the middle of the ocean, basically. Because even in like Japan, it would be still like 5 in the morning, I think. How clutch is that? Flash knows that Jongbi is the best stormer in the game, and he's gonna have to clump up his units. Jongbi is the best size storms ever of anyone that's ever played StarCraft, and he's clump up his units, so he's like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna EMP all the High Templar so he can't storm me. What a boss. That's so cool. That's what, man, that's one of the reasons why Flash is so great, because he was more than just good. He was smart, very clever, and came up with new stuff too. But Jongbi has carriers, so who knows? How's it going, Babamots? Yeah, we don't have anything queued up for after this one, so feel free to suggest something. Hey, Nostalgia. Nostalgia has showed up in the chat as we're talking about the old days with me and Diggity and Clazart and Cholera. Nostalgia appropriately shows up in the chat. Yeah, maybe, I don't know if it's blocking links or something? I don't think I have link blocking turned on. Oh, maybe it got blocked on YouTube. There's a nice Jongbi storm right there. Yeah, Nuke the Stars too. I never casted with Nuke the Stars. But I chatted with him and stuff. I like Nuke. He's cool. I still occasionally chat with him a little bit on Twitter or something like that. I had him on as a guest on one of my live shows last year. We had a chat. It was really fun. Carriers. I like how Flash is like, I know that these tanks are all gonna die, but I'm gonna do as much damage as I can with them first. Actually, he has like a lot of Goliaths. He might have enough Goliaths to deal with this. The link is Jongbi versus Zero. Okay. I know Zero's name. I don't actually have Jongbi's name memorized, but I guess we can see now it's Ha Young-moo. But obviously I would recognize him since the game started. Well, Jongbi actually GG's. That's a little bit of a surprise. I mean, it's not that big of a surprise. Flash had gone around and killed all of his stuff, but like, it's a surprise in general. Like, I don't know. I think I would have expected Jongbi to win that game, but man, it's Flash. You can never underestimate Flash. All right, let's grab this link here. Where is the link? Oh, here we go. Here's the chat. Pull this out here. Jongbi versus Zero. Oh, I know what this is game. I know this game. I think I know this game. I won't say anything. But I'm pretty sure I know this game. Jongbi versus Zero in the TVing OSL. Yeah. Change this here. Zero. TVing OSL. Semi. And which game number is this? Is this game 4? Yep, this is game 4. I know this game. I know this game. This is a good game. This is a good game. I don't know if you want me to say why. I think I know why Babamots was reminded of this game also. I mean, obviously we're just talking about Jongbi being a baller, so. No. So, I mean, this isn't like that famous of a game for most people, right? It's not like that well known of a game as far as I know. But this is a famous game for me because Zero was my homeboy. Not really, like I didn't know him personally, but I mean like Zero was my favorite player. Still is my favorite player. And even though he's queen now. And so this is an important game for him because he's down 2-1 right now in the semifinals. And I was in the studio for this game. I was actually in the studio for this match. I watched this whole match live in studio in the On GameNet studio. Partly because I was working for On GameNet at the time actually. So I was like, I think I was working for On GameNet. Yeah. Yeah, I was already working for OGN at the time. You call Zero my boy. That's right, man. Did I miss any chat, by the way? Someone saying something I missed? I guess not. Just talking about New Sniper Ridge. Is that what the map is? I think so. Yeah, so I remember this game. I remember this game. Especially the end of it, and I'll tell you why after the end of it. We got a special treat at the end of this. Well, it's a special treat you guys might have seen before, but anyway, this is. But I haven't. Now that being said, I haven't actually watched the whole game through. Probably since it was live. So I've watched like the end of it a couple times, basically. But so I know how it ends, but I haven't actually watched the process of the game in a long time. So that'll still be kind of fun to like watch as we go through. Jongbi's hair is scrappy cocoa. What does that even mean? I don't understand.
그렇죠.
예, 오히려 이번 경기에서 나 다시 한번 승부수를 던지겠어.
네.
경기를 끝내겠어. 그러니까 일단 히드라 리스크의 가능성이 가장 높습니다. 지금은.
땡이드라가 나올 가능성이 굉장히 높아 보이고요. 만약에
The Zohan? Yeah, I haven't seen that, man.
고려해서 플레이를 했다면은
Sorry.
7시 지역의 앞마당 쪽에 저렇게
No offense. No offense. Sorry.
그런 식으로 프로토스의 본진으로부터 멀게 멀티를 늘려가다가는
It's not a personal attack. It's just the fact that I'm just really bad at watching pop culture stuff. I just haven't seen most famous movies and stuff.
정찰을 차단하는 게 가장 큰 거예요.
Just like don't watch a lot of them.
어찌됐든 12시를 못 보더라도 9시, 7시가 없다라고 보게 되면 허영무 선수 의심할 수 있거든요.
그렇습니다. 자, 과연 허영무 선수가 한때는 이제 시드라 공포증도 있었거든요.
He cuts his hair and calls it the Scrappy Coco.
먹게 만들어냅니다, 시드라로.
Okay.
제대로 된 땡이드라라고
Does it look like I mean, Jongbi has pretty typical
그냥 뭐 한 개 정도에서 이제 게스트 채취하고
Korean hairstyle in this game. We just saw him,
일단 레어는 가고 있고요.
네.
right?
있거든요.
Didn't they just show him?
자,
Hold
과연
on a second
허영무
here.
선수가 한때는 이제 시드라 공포증도 있었거든요.
예.
자, 김
Yeah. Right? This is like a normal Korean hairstyle, I think. Is that 80? I guess it's a little bit 80s. Yeah. But I mean, like, that was like, you know, kind of normal hair for Koreans
우리 제대로 한번
at the time.
먹게 만들어냅니다, 시드라로.
제대로 된 땡이드라라고 한다면
The way it's layered. I don't know anything about that.
한개 정도에서 이제 게스트 채취하면서 히드라랑 덤비는 이런 그림인데 일단 레어는 가고 있고요.
네.
그렇다고 해서 땡이드라가 레어가 아닌 거
Whoa, did we get a raid and I missed it or something like that? Why do I have 27 people watching?
그걸로 쑥 하고 뚫리지 않는 경우에는 운영으로 전환할 수 있는 이런 정도 이제 보험을 들어 놓으면서 땡이드라를
If we got a raid and I missed it, I apologize.
차리 근처에는 프레브 못 가게 합니다.
네. 자,
I'm like, let me check here. Nope, no raid.
정도만 되면
Oh, maybe Sony just got more people than I thought to to come over and watch the Boomer StarCraft.
잘 피해서 설마 본진까지 가진 않겠죠? 네, 방향 텁니다. 틉니다.
Well, anyway, all the new folks that might be here, welcome. I am Moltrap.
정찰 때문에
I am a Boomer caster, washed up Brood War caster. And this is VODs and Chill. We watch old school StarCraft matches and we chat about the old days, and esports, and life in general, and whatever random crap comes up. Bring the Zoomers to the Boomers.
오늘 내내 그래, 오늘 내내.
Love the hairstyles in 08. Yeah, I mean, I remember in Korea the hairstyles were very like uniform. Is he gonna lose that Corsair? No. Need more cannons here.
자, 레어까지 간 거 확인했습니다.
Very typical ZVP though from 2012.
가지 않은 상태, 뭐 해처리 몇 개인 상태, 뭐 이런 것 따라서 다 머리에 개는
Very typical stuff. Just kind of spinning the first 10 minutes. It's like No Rush 10. Both players just kind of getting their macro up. We might see Zero put some pressure on Jongbi with these Hydras though. Looks like that's what he's gonna do. But I mean, this is typical of modern ZVP also. But yeah, I remember in Korea though, like the hairstyles were very, very uniform. Like if you went to a crowd and you looked out, like every male had the exact same hairstyle as each other, and every female had the exact same hairstyle as each other. It was like really like the style was like, I don't know. It went. I mean, it was just. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why, but for some reason, like people just didn't deviate from what was normal with their hairstyles. People would dye it sometimes, but even if they dyed it, they wouldn't dye it crazy colors usually, and they would still keep it the same style, physical style, you know? Oh, is he gonna get the forge before +1? They're checking the upgrade. He didn't. Oh, he killed +1. He killed the +1 on the forge. That's interesting, and he kind of couldn't. Sometimes when the forge is about to die, you see they'll actually move out with their zealots and like they'll lose a couple zealots and take damage, pushing out and kind of punking the hydras to try and buy time for that +1 to finish. And he didn't do that, but I think right now he knows he's in trouble. He's waiting for the storm tech. He's just like, right now he's just like sweating, you know, pulling probes, just like trying to wait for that Templar to have enough energy for Storm, I think. Or he might be still waiting for Storm to finish researching too. This is like really tight moment though for Jongbi. He's just holding on barely by a thread. It's interesting that Zero is not like going for the kill though, you know? He didn't rally a bunch of Hydras forward, and like he was putting some pressure on there, and the Storm wasn't happening, but he was like not pulling the trigger on actually just trying to like go for a kill, which is probably wise, because then if that Storm kicked in, he got a 6 Storm on the Hydras, Jongbi then has the advantage, you know? He is rallying a lot of Hydras though, actually. I take it back. He's gonna go for it, it looks like. Oh, he's gonna do a drop! He's gonna do a drop! He's gonna bypass the cannons, and then he's gonna attack the front once all the units are in the main. Zero is such a boss. Everything's back in the main. Oh my goodness, there's one Templar in the front. It was a fake! It was a fake! Oh, he's morphing a lurker on the ramp while he kills the natural. Oh my gosh. What a genius. What an absolute genius. The fake drop in the main into the lurker morph on the ramp while he attacks the front. He killed all the cannons. Now Jongbi is still fighting this off pretty well, actually, because instead of just killing the probes and the Nexus, he went over to the ramp and like tried to kill the Zealots a little bit, and he had his units spread out, and he allowed the Templar to storm him. Like, I think he actually had this in the bag, and then he kind of like went for the wrong tactic with the Hydras. Like, he could have just right-clicked the Nexus. Done. Oh no, it's that game? Hey, Dr. Dinger Donger. I love saying that name. Picking off the High Templar, nice. He's like so scared that he's running back here, but I don't know why he's not picking up that Templar. It's running in front. He's fighting the Zealots instead, I guess. So the counterattack is pretty strong by Jongbi. But Jongbi has to rebuild now. Alright, who was the Protoss that invented the one-gate expansion pressure to avoid the Forge expansion? I don't know, are you talking about something modern? Like, that's actually, it's interesting that what you're describing, and I don't know if it's a specific build that you mean. Oh, he's in the natural again. He did kill the Nexus. He went back and got the Nexus. Like, wasn't paying attention for a second. He just like went back in, and he's just like stomping on Jongbi's natural. I think Jongbi's... It feels like Jongbi should be dead now. 3 base Zerg versus 1 base Protoss, who lost tech in his natural. But anyway, Megaferkos, like what you're describing feels like a new build and an old build, right? It's like what they would have done in 2003, but it's also what people have switched into in like 2020. And maybe in between, I'm not sure. But it's like, the concept at least is not super new. Oh, he's trying to go for those probes. That was close. I guess it wasn't that close actually, but it looked like it could be a worry. Okay, Zealots in the main. I don't know how Zero missed this drop. The shuttle flew right by some Hydras. But this is exactly when you're behind in a game. This is exactly what you need to do is do drops, distractions, and stuff like that. Goes in, gets the storm on the lurker, runs in with the dragoon to get one last shot on the lurker to pop it. He's just trying to break this contain now. Is Zero gonna drop the main again? I like him using the overlords to protect from damage from the storms too. Everything's chasing this overlord into the main. Bro, go! Oh, if he gets all the probes! Oh my god, he gets so many probes. I mean, there was like 6 probes or something like that, but still, he's only got like 20 probes at this point. He's still making units though. Oh, if if Zero has some units in those overlords still, that'd be genius. So this is a last-ditch counterattack by Zhongbi. He knows that he's basically dead and he needs to like try and get something done. So he's like, I'm gonna push with what I have and see what I can pull off. Anyway, I don't know who invented that or came up with the specific build that you're talking about though. Nice storms. That's the Zhongbi storms we know and love right there. Wow. Zhongbi's like, I just have this bare bones force, but I'm gonna go across the map. I'm gonna cast 4 Psy Storms and kill everything you have. Oh my god, is he really just about to win the game right now? Oh, the Hydras are rallied in. Or maybe he was right-clicked on the wrong unit. Oh man, 0 GGs. Nice. Wow, look at that. That was... What a baller counterattack. Look at that. Look at those storms. Zhongbi was pretty much dead. And he came back. So by the way, this... Okay, it's actually kind of funny because earlier I was like, oh, I know this game. I know this game. This is not the game I thought it was. This is not the game I thought it was. I was thinking of game 5 in this series is the game that I was thinking of. That I thought I remembered. Which we should watch actually. We should watch that game. I'll have to find that game after this. But I was thinking of game 5, not this one. So I actually did not know what was happening. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't the right thing. This isn't the same game. Because I got the game wrong. But I remembered this series. I remember the series. How baller is Zhongbi though? But I do now remember kind of that it, like 0 was up 2-1 and I was like, oh, he's got this. He's got this. My boy is going to the finals. Because 0 hadn't been to the finals before. If I remember correctly. He did not have a Star League silver or gold at all. And I'm so hyped that that's changed with the ASL recently. It's so cool to see 0 finally being on top, you know? Anyway, just what a cool game. I can't believe he like this counter push actually wins. Like, let's watch this counter push again. He's had his natural destroyed by this, you know. I think it was only like 3 or 4 hatcheries too. Twitch chat is broken? Uh-oh. Hold on a minute, let me Oh. Oh yeah, people are talking in the Twitch chat. It's not coming up. Hold on, let me thank you for letting me know. Let me see if I can do something about that. All right. All right. Looks like the Twitch chat is back. Kaboomskis. All right. Well, let me go back here and see what people are saying. I was kind of wondering why no one was hyped at all about this this last game here. Oh, you guys are talking about all kinds of stuff you're talking about. I can't even catch up on all this chat, can I? Forge, expand, double gate, yeah, okay. Side? I've never heard of Side. The grandfather of the macro hatchery. You've probably never heard of him. Sony's the StarCraft hipster. Oh yeah, you know, I know the people that invented builds, but you never heard of them. I'm just kidding. Stork did gateway expand. Yeah, sometimes people did gateway expands as like to throw off the Zerg, right? Yeah, it was 2-1-0, so it's gonna go to game 5. And so game 5 is the one I was thinking of. Moredo, welcome by the way. CRB Quack, welcome as well. Welcome to everybody in chat. Sorry, I didn't see you chatting. I was looking at the chat window and it just wasn't working apparently. That's really strange. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, so let's see if we can find game 5 actually of this series. I think this is it. Let's see. Is this it? TV. Yeah, this is game 5. All right, so we'll watch game 5 of this series also. I think. Yeah. Pretty sure this is the right game. Right? I don't know. It's in Korean. TVing Star League 2012. Forgang. 5 경기. Yeah. This should be it. All right. So this is the game that I was thinking of earlier when I said I know this game. Neo Ground Zero. Does that mean it's the Zero map? Jongbi OSL games are almost always epic. That is true. That is true. Jongbi is just so good. She's got an ad on Twitch. Do you get a cut for those, or do they go directly to Twitch? I think I get a small cut, but if it was up to me, I would turn them off because I make like literally like 15 or 20 cents a month off of ads on Twitch because Twitch doesn't have very good ad revenue, but also it's just you basically need a lot of followers to make any sort of money off of ads on Twitch. So he grounded Zero. He certainly did, didn't he? So yeah, sorry about the ad. What I can do is I can run an ad break, and then everyone watches an ad, but then it means that you don't get ads when you enter the stream. But I basically try and make it so it's the least amount of ads that people get, and if I ran ads for everyone every 30 minutes, it would actually end up being more ads for people to watch than just joining. So yeah. Thanks for sitting through the ad though. Welcome to the show. Hey, we got a bunch of new folks here today. Or some of you guys are not new to StarCraft or to me, but new to the show maybe. Yeah, you can't choose them either. The pre-roll ads, yeah, I usually get 15-second ones. Sometimes I get 30-second ones, and I think if people have them turned up, you can even get like 30 or 60 seconds of pre-roll ads or something like that. I've gotten that once or twice. I don't know how that works. I know if you're like big streamer, you can get more. You can talk to Twitch and get certain preferences on your ads sometimes, but you have to be big enough to like actually have Twitch care what you think. Why is he crying? What's going on? Oh my gosh. They're talking about him. Well, let me go back. I'm gonna go back and see if I can hear what the Korean casters are saying enough to like see if I can get the gist of what they're talking about. Like my Korean is really bad, but I might be able to pick up a few keywords and get an idea. So we're talking about Bisu. He's crying because Blizzard destroyed the OSL. Oh no. I think maybe they're just, I mean, this is the second to last series. Or no, this is the third to last series. I think this is the first semifinal that was played. But like this is the end of towards the end of the OSL. So I think it was just that the fans were just cheering for him because he's such a well-known caster and very loved and everything like that. Aww. But that's weird though because I heard them talking about Bisu when they put down the gateway, so I think they were talking about like Bisu build or something like that. But I'm not sure. And there's Mr. Put him on camera as well. He's a nice guy. He was really I've worked with him and he was a super nice guy. He spoke a little bit of English. He was really cool. And just a legend too. Like he's been casting he'd been casting StarCraft since the beginning. Like he was in some of the old broadcasts back in the early 2000s and stuff like that. Imagine destroying the livelihood and passion of an entire scene and replacing it with StarCraft 2. See, that's the thing though, is like people didn't see it that way. Obviously, I mean, but like it didn't have to be that way, right? StarCraft 2 could have been a successor and an update to StarCraft, you know? It didn't have to be something that destroyed the scene. Blizzard messed up, but Kespa messed up a lot too. The community screwed itself over in some ways, so it's not just all Blizzard's fault. You know? The community, like... the community got all... Still to this day, the community is like, StarCraft 1's better, StarCraft 2's better! Like, people can't just be okay with there being two different games and some people like the other game. And so, like... instead of building up both, people in the community tore both down as well. It became this competition. Now that was partly Kespa's fault. It was maybe partly his Blizzard's fault, but you know, people didn't really help the situation, in my opinion. So I'm not just gonna blame Blizzard for it. And if anything, in my opinion, between Blizzard and Kespa, I think Kespa probably was more at fault. But I don't actually know the details of what went down behind the scenes on that whole thing, so I can't be sure. But yeah, it was a war between Kespa and Blizzard. This looks very familiar, by the way. This looks exactly like the beginning of the last game, where Zero went for 3 hatch, got some Hydras, and put a lot of pressure on. And at just around this time, last game, Zhongbi had some High Templar rolling down the ramp. But he doesn't even have Templar Archives this time, so he's just got to make a bunch of cannons. Is he about to die right now? Oh my god, he's got 1 cannon up right now. Those probes, you know, Diggity was saying earlier, they're just slave robot probes, but they are fighting for the life of their empire right now.
정점까지는 안 돼가고요. 타이머 하나 있습니다. 계속.
In Korea, they recently created a law that forbids a company like Blizzard from tearing down an entire scene. Interesting. Yeah, so I mean, basically, like,
다크. 자, 짜내기. 근데 저 다크는 그냥 무시하고 가야 돼요. 예, 막는 용도로 쓰게.
Blizzard still wants $80K per tournament.
위로 왔을 때는 덮칠 수는
I mean,
있겠지만
if it's a pro tournament, like on GameNet, like that's not necessarily a giant amount or whatever.
아, 셔틀 드랍을 생각하는 모양인데요. 다크는.
No other sports, some company can shut down a sport. I don't know. I mean, like, the NFL is like a company, right?
네, 김명훈 선수 지금
Like they could theoretically, I don't know. I mean, that's not the same thing at all, but FIFA can. That's right. FIFA could shut down FIFA. FIFA could shut down the FIFA esports if there's. I don't even know if there's much of those though. Is that a big deal? I've never heard of like a huge FIFA tournament. There's FIFA tournaments for sure, but they're not like. Oh, look at this infoling! Spotting the shuttle. Zero's like, uh-oh, what do I do about this? Where's the drop? Where's the drop? The DT? 2 DTs in the main. It's gonna get a few kills. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go for the Hydra Den? He should probably hide one. I think he has Overlord speed already, so... No, he doesn't have Overlord speed. Oh. Yeah, here. I'll remove the snacks. Usually there's nothing in that because we watched the older games before they had that. Man, that DT had 5 kills. But basically, yeah, what happened is like, you know, Korea was like making all his money off of esports for StarCraft, and Blizzard wanted a piece of that, so they made sure that it was part of the agreement for using StarCraft 2 that if you did tournaments for StarCraft 2, you had to go through Blizzard to do it, right? And Kespa, from what I understand, Kespa was basically refusing to do that. If they had just... Oh, look at the storm drop, though! He had like 4 drones? 3 drones? So basically Kespa was like, no, we do things our way and you can't force us to do things your way. If Kespa had just been like, sure, we'll give you a piece of the action. If Kespa just said like, we'll give you a piece of the action for our StarCraft 2 tournaments, we'll get our approval from you, we'll work with you, then they could have just had a normal shift to StarCraft 2, right? If Kespa, that's why I feel like it's Kespa's fault, because if Kespa had just played ball with what Blizzard wanted, none of it would have happened. Now, I don't know if Blizzard was making ridiculous demands or something like that, but I think Kespa was used to doing whatever the flip they wanted and making all the rules, and they just, I think, were stubborn and were like, we're making too much money off this. We don't want to do things and give away some of our money, right? So I think they were stubborn, and so for years it was that battle where like both Kespa and Blizzard wanted the money, and I think Blizzard wanted control too. So that is why the Korean pros had to choose 1 or 2, and the StarCraft 1 pros could get in trouble if they played StarCraft 2. If you played StarCraft 2, you could never go back to StarCraft 1 because of Kespa's rules for pro gamers and stuff like that. So that is what screwed the scene, you know? Oh, well, he doesn't save everything, but he gets a couple storms off at least. Blizzard wanted to crush Brood War to promote StarCraft 2? Maybe. Hey, Kung Pistank. Hey, my fleeting dream. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Blizzard recognized the value that was being given by the tournaments either. Like I said, what like is he in a tech switch right now? Is that why he's like doesn't have the units to deal with this? I guess he was just kind of all in at the beginning, trying to go for the early Hydra push, and so now he's like stuck with not enough economy. Looks like he's gonna hold this push though. Maybe? No? There's more zealots coming in. Okay, here's the counterattack, or the backup. Zero's got backup coming on the ground now. Esports is the biggest marketing ever with zero costs. Yeah, I mean, if you're the company and someone else is putting on the tournament for you, then yeah, that's zero cost to the company, and it is a lot of marketing. That's true. But like, basically, like, you know, if think about it from Blizzard's point of view a little bit, like you can get free marketing, and someone else can make hundreds of millions of dollars off of your game because you know, you had no idea how big of an esport it would get. Why would you not want to try and get some of those hundreds of millions of dollars? If it's your game, right? I wouldn't want to spend a lot of time making something and then have someone else make money off of my hard labor, especially for a game like StarCraft, which StarCraft 2 wasn't really planned to be that big of a microtransaction game. So if you know, it was a game where they were going to sell the game and then that was it. It wasn't a consistent revenue stream like World of Warcraft or something like that. So like from Blizzard's point of view, if they could use it as an esport and use the esport to make it something that could make the money over time, then that kind of makes sense that you'd want to try and secure that ability, right? So it's not hundreds of millions. Yeah, but you know, I'm just saying, like, you never know. You never know. Because if StarCraft 2 got as big worldwide as it did as StarCraft 1 did in Korea, it would have been hundreds of millions of dollars. It would have been its own industry, you know? They didn't know how big it was going to get. And obviously it didn't end up getting that big, in part because of the greed. You know? The greed made it not get big enough, and then they couldn't get the payoff, you know? But, money doesn't generate morals, that's why we have laws. I mean, is it immoral for a gaming company to want to make money off their game? I don't think that's immoral. I don't think it's a bad thing. Especially, you know, a company like Blizzard used to be a really cool company too. You know, Blizzard used to be a company that actually cared about their fans and cared about high quality products and stuff. And so, like, you know, I would have been like, oh yeah, I want to support them making money off of their thing that they've put years and years of passion into, you know? If Kespa said yes to Blizzard, what happens next? More demands, more demands? I don't know what the demands were, you know, so I can't really say. But it's also like, oh, storm drop? Does Zero not see this? Is this ignoring it? Well, he still only got like 4 or 5 drones so far. Oh. Has he got another storm in it? No, he's just gonna leave. They would write a contract with time stipulation, etc. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, when StarCraft 2 came out was also a very interesting time. That like everything was very new. Esports being a big deal was kind of new, and no one really knew like how to do it. No one had developed a good model to make it work yet, you know. So they were still like trying to figure out how to do esports essentially in the West. So
와일드랜드 저글링들의
Oh, is that a queen?
공격력이 아주 극한으로 발휘가 되면서
Is that a? We saw a queen.
이 셔틀,
Also some
경기에
Scourge.
스쿼드를
Scourge in nice spots to pick off
확실했고요.
shuttles is good.
어쨌건 시간은 내 거라는 걸 김명훈이
네.
잘 알고 있어요.
그래도 소급 셔틀이기 때문에 잡기 어려울 수 있어서 인스니어 뿌려주고 잡아주면 뭐 그런 것도 어떤 하나의 명장면일 수 있고.
Yeah. Yeah, Blizzard was not hurting for money. They had the WoW cash cow going on, that's for sure. Oh, oh, oh.
여기서 반응 좋습니다.
Nope, shuttle gets denied.
이거 모든 유닛 다 나올 정도로 말이죠.
I do actually agree that
네,
greed
이런
is
정도까지
immoral.
저그가 하이브 단계까지 버티고 버티면서,
And you know, we could go into a lot of stuff about,
프로토스도
you know,
다
you probably don't want to get me started on economics and like
뮤탈리스크에 짤짤이가 들어온 거 한번 딱 얼리기 위한 다크하콘이 아니라
the morals of multi-billionaires and stuff like that, because I completely am opposed to that being a thing at all. I think it's, yeah.
지금 한 가지 생각해야 될 거예요.
There's zero way in my mind that some people can be hurting and dying and other people can be sitting on a pile of gold and that's okay. Like if you're sitting on something that could help someone not die and you're not saving them, F you. So I'm on board with the greed being a moral thing, but I don't know if Blizzard was quite at that level. Oh, that was a 6 storm drop.
12시 11시를 가기 전까지는
More storm drop. He just killed like 15 or 20 drones.
업그레이드가 늦은 게 너무나도 치명타로 작용하면서 이거 하이브 단계 모든 걸 동원해도
Wild Money summoned Blizzard, modern Blizzard with its greed. Yeah, and well, it was Activision too, right? Activision bought Blizzard, and Activision cared more about money. And so I think that's what it was when Activision bought Blizzard, they started putting pressure on Blizzard to produce money instead of good games. You know, I feel like that's when it went downhill, was when Activision took over. But yeah, the company owning a sport is definitely like an interesting thing, right? And it's like what am I trying to say? Like, yeah, because it almost feels like it should be fair use, right? Like, you can use something that someone has made if you're changing it and adapting it and making it something new. That's what fair use laws are, right? So if you're taking a game that someone made and you're making a sport out of it, a tournament around the game, like that feels like it should be fair use, right? So, but that's why Blizzard had to write it into the contract of the game that if you bought the game, you agreed to only use it in certain ways. So. I'm living in a paradigm related to the geographic area I've been raised in. The sentiment about money, economy, humanity, and morality is changing. I feel like it is, yeah. I mean, I feel like more people, like that's why Bernie Sanders did as well as he did in the presidential primaries, because more people are waking up to, or not waking up to, but more people are starting to think that way about the concept of money and like, and wealth and that kind of thing. So I see that happening. But yeah, of course, everyone's going to be viewing things based on the way that they were raised, but I think I also am pretty skeptical and analytical. This game is epic, by the way. Just want to point out that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, soon to be 7 base Zerg versus a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, soon to be 6 base Protoss, and we're at max supply hive techs and stuff at the 5th game of the OSL semifinals. What is this queen doing? Is he in a parasite? What? What did he ensnare? Wait, hold on a sec. What is... What is he doing this? Wait, did I skip forward or backward? Hold on a sec. Why did he ensnare? Why did he ensnare that? Was he aiming for the Reavers? I don't see what ensnaring the Reavers accomplishes, though. I guess you slow down the Scarabs? Oh, he's ensnaring the shuttle so he can scourge it? Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, but so the thing is another way of looking at it is, you know, hockey, like you can't copyright hockey, right? You can't copyright a game, people playing a game, but you can copyright your own brand of hockey stick, right? You can copyright the tools. You can have intellectual property ownership of the tools that are used to play it, right? So you could have your own baseball bat that's different and have people pay for that bat, right? So in this case, like, the game itself is a tool. You can't just go out into a park and play StarCraft. You have to have the specific tool. That's a lot of money was spent to create the tool, right? Oh, look at those storms. Disgusting. Disgusting. Hold on, I'm gonna watch that again too. Look at how many lings there are here. He's like basically almost defenseless over here. And Johnby is the just absolute master of Psy Storms. Look at this. Oh my god. Beautiful. Monopoly on a sports scene? Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have your special hockey stick, and let's say you make a new kind of hockey stick, and you invent mole trap hockey, that you have to use the mole trap hockey stick to play the game, right? No one has to play mole trap hockey, but if you can figure out another way of playing mole trap hockey without my stick, you know? I don't know, it's a weird place. Look at these Dark Templars. Oh no! Oh, one in each base! They're slaughtering the drones, but he's also going in to kill Johnby's base at the same time. They're like trading right now. Yeah, he full killed both of those bases. Here's Hockey 2. Everyone has to switch to Hockey 2. Oh my god, Zero has so much stuff! But the DT's actually killing the hatch. Their Lings are right there! Lings, what are you doing? Hey, Devivort, how's it going? I don't want to spoil anything, but there are more sweet storms to come in this game, let me tell you. Oh, Plagued Archons. Darkstorm is so good, but against Zealots and Archons it does basically close to nothing. This is a fight to the death for the finals right now. Game 5. Open Brood War. That gets into some dicey territory also. If you recreate something that functions exactly like something else, how much is the copyright protected for that? And I have no idea how the laws would work. I don't want to state an opinion on that because, like, I don't know, I'd have to think about that a lot to determine how I felt about it. I haven't thought about that before. Nice, the Parasite! I've always said Parasite is underutilized.
이런 게좀 필요하지 않나 싶습니다만.
But like, isn't there there's like an open source version of Windows, isn't there? Like you can run. Diggity was telling me about it actually. I think Diggity told me about it. I don't remember what it's called, but like there's like a Windows variant that will run Windows programs and everything. Oh my God, he has so many lurk. If he storms all those eggs, Cyanic Storm. Oh, they hatched, but they all died in the storm and the Archons. Oh no. Oh no. Zero's trying to break his natural. There's nothing in the natural anymore though. More storms. And there's the GG from Zero. His first and last chance to get into the finals. That's too bad. Zero would have lost the fantasy anyway. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of believe, but fantasy was really, really hard to beat. I think you might be right about that. Oh man. All right, so now I want to show you guys something that that I said earlier that I would be a special surprise or a special treat. Give me a sec. I have to find it. There we go. So remember I said I was in the crowd, and this, you guys might have seen this before because this is on my YouTube channel. But remember I said I was in the crowd at the finals. This is me taking this video in the studio at the time. I'm going to turn up the volume so you guys can watch this. Just listening to the crowd. As they realize how things are going on. So epic. I get nerd chills every time I watch that. Every single time. So that was me in the studio when that happened. So I got to see, like, in this VOD, you kind of hear it a little bit here. But I like that video in the end because, like, you really get a feel for like how hyped up everyone was. What are they chanting? They're chanting Zhongbi's name. They're chanting Zhongbi's name. So it's how do you say it again? Ha Myung Moo, I think. Let's see. It says it in the title here. Oh yeah, Ha Young Moo. So they're chanting Ha Myung Moo. Oh, take care, Drake. Thanks for coming by, man. Hope to see you again next time. Ha Myung Moo. Ha Young Moo. So that's what they're doing. So that's what they're chanting there at the end. Forgot about the booth babes. How could you forget? How could you forget? Yeah, that must have been a crazy rush for him, right? I remember that was only the semifinals too. Wow, man. Like I said though, I feel bad for Zero, but I'm really, really happy that he ended up. What is this? Oh, this is the final that we already watched last time, I think. Yeah. Do you guys have any requests? What do we want to watch next? Gonna get us flagged. I don't think booth babes are against TOS. I think we're okay. Imitating a cow. Sometimes I'll just go to YouTube and see what gets recommended to me. Let's see here. Flash versus Snow. You guys want to watch that? From the Winners League? Or do you have any other requests or ideas what we want to watch? Oh, you know what we were going to watch? Let's find some B-Net Attack. Jaedong B-Net Attack. Let's watch that. So if you guys don't know, for bringing up Stargirl? Did someone get flagged because of Stargirl or something? I don't understand. Imagine standing in a 3x3 meter room with some sweaty nerd for 2 hours. They didn't stay there the whole time. They were just there at the beginning when they were getting set up, and then they left when the game was about to start. So they didn't actually stay in the booth with them. So if you guys don't know, B-Net Attack. Let's change this here. B-Net Attack is when they would get pro gamers and 3x3 is a generous estimate. That's true. Actually, yeah, 3x3 meters is a little more than they had there. I would say it was probably like 2x2 meters. Yeah. And I mean, you know, you're not living in there. It's just you know, you're just playing in there. So it's pretty spacious. I think it's spacious enough. You don't feel cramped or anything like that. So if you don't know what B-Net Attack is, they would take a pro gamer and they would invite them in, and they would just have them go on a Smurf account on Battle.net and just play random people. I remember this is way before remastered, so there was no matching. There's no matchmaking system on B-Net, so you just joined random games. And so they would just basically have pro gamers just annihilate these amateurs on Battle.net and troll them and basically do trolly stuff to play. It was really, really funny. So let's fast forward till we get to a game here, because they did a lot of chatting with them too. So we'll watch this Jaedong versus some amateur on Battle.net, and usually they do something silly. See, we cutting anything off? I guess no. It's pretty much fitting in the. I want to make sure Jaedong wasn't getting cut off, but they've got the cameras on the bottom there. I'll leave the snacks overlay off again so we can see Jaedong. This is cruel. It really was pretty cruel. But like I said, sometimes the amateurs won because the pro gamers would just troll them so hard that, like, you know, they would do some sort of crazy nuke rush, or they would go for like mass lockdown or something kind of stupid, you know. So sometimes the amateurs won just because like the strategies were so whack. Hey, Ken and Khan. B-Net was cool because it was amazing seeing FPV. Yeah. Kind of weird. Isn't it weird to come back to StarCraft and like we almost never got to see first-person view of the pro gamers ever. Like they would show it towards the beginning of the game or in the middle. They'd show it for like 10 seconds or something, right? In a match, and that was like, oh, we get to see his first-person view. It's crazy. And now you can go watch Bisu stream or watch Flash's YouTube and just watch their first-person view all the time and like be amazed by it. It's pretty amazing. One of my most viewed videos on all of YouTube is a video of Jaedong. Actually, let me see if I can find it right now. Can you guys still see the... I think you guys can still see it, right? Yeah.
네, D조 자체가 거의 4강급이기 때문에
I'm gonna see if I can find this video real quick.
하실 겁니다. 그리고 이재동 선수가 살아남는 이런 모습도 보고 싶어 하실 거고요. 제가 살아남겠습니다.
Huh. Oh, it might be on StarCraft 2? Might be on my StarCraft 2 channel.
한번 짚어 주시겠어요? 그 조에 이재동 선수 당연히 살아남는 거고, 네, 한 명 더. 그 넷 중에 그셋
What the
중에
heck?
셋 중에 한 명을 짚어 주신다면 예상하기에
글쎄요. 그냥 다 쟁쟁해서 사실 뭐 제가 올라가는 게 가장 그렇죠. 중요하기 때문에 이재동 선수
Here we go.
나머지 한 명이 누가 올라간다.
Oh, I'm gonna pause being at attack for a minute so I can show you guys this other video. This is the most views I have of any video on YouTube, and it's just Jaedong's hands. Just Jaedong's hands. They wouldn't let me take a video of his screen. But they didn't say I couldn't take video of the players. So I just took video of Jaedong's hands, and you can see like how fast he is. It's pretty crazy. And this is kind of, I think, early on in the game, so he's not moving super fast, but you can still see like how fast he is when he gets moving. And this is weird like thing with his pinky and his ring finger. He's got this like weird way that his hand is like crooked and is like, oh, that's kind of weird. And it's all very precise too. What's up with the missing key? Programmers remove their Windows key so they don't actually accidentally click it and tab out of the game while they're playing. Yeah. Some programmers would even remove other keys. Like, alright, sorry about that. I dropped my... I knocked my microphone off the desk. Some programmers would also remove other keys. So to help them, like, if they got their... Anyway, so that's Jaedong's hands. That's my most watched video on YouTube. So like, what's a key they don't use? Like they remove the G key or something like that. And so they wouldn't accidentally hit it, but it would also help them like get oriented on the keyboard, right? If there's a key you don't use, it would just get removed so that like, I'm trying to think of like what the common hotkeys are in Brood War and stuff that you wouldn't need or something like that. Or like, the P key. They would remove the P key because if you wanted to make an overlord, you'd try and hit the O key, right? And the P is right next to the O, and so they would remove the P so they don't accidentally hit the P and not make the overlord, right? So. F1 is... I don't think F1 is removed because you use the F keys in Brood War to set map locations, right? Oh, F1 was removed in that video. Okay, there you go. Oh, that's right. P is for patrol. Good point. Okay, so maybe they removed the I key. I isn't used for anything, is it? Maybe for like science vessel? Do you make science vessel with an I? But you know, again, if you're Zerg, you don't need to have the science vessel key, so you might remove it. I don't know the details, but I just know that sometimes. Oh, F1 is tips. Okay. So that makes sense. They would remove that. Again, I don't know exactly the details. I just remember that some gamers would remove certain keys just to make it like so that there was less keys to hit accidentally when they were playing, basically. So we're watching Jaedong in a ZVZ on BNet, by the way. And I'm not sure how he's trolling. I think he's just wrecking him. I don't think he's actually trolling. I think he's just gonna own this guy really hard with mass lengths. Hey, Angry Dwarf. How about this game of StarCraft, huh? Yeah.
때문에 이재동 선수가 아주 자신감
Yeah, that's a good point, Dr. Dinger Donger. Maybe you need to get tips during the game. Why would you play the game without tips? If there's free tips on how to play, why would you skip that?
그럼요. 아, 이거는
I don't know.
예, 지면 어쩌나 하는 이런 마음의 부담감이 좀 있었을 텐데.
네. 보통 이제 들어갔을 때 느낌이 다 오셔가지고 이거 이겼어요 이렇게 보통 이제 프로게이머들이 많이 얘기를 하셨거든요.
이겼어요.
예.
아 예. 확연하게 이겼죠 이제는요.
네, 표정이 좀 밝아졌습니다.
I use the tips all the time.
게다가 저그 대 저그전에서 지면은
I don't even know what the tips are in StarCraft.
끼얹고 출발하는 거라서.
Okay.
아, 약간 좀 일찍 나가셨네요.
So yeah, Jaedong wasn't trolling him at all. That was just cruel. That was just Jaedong wrecking some noob.
어쨌든 있고요. 네.
Alright, let's go to the next game.
이재동 컴 해주시면
Because they talk to the gamers a lot, and it's probably a lot of fun, but I just don't understand enough to get it. Okay, so now we're gonna watch Jaedong playing Terran.
근데 저는 진짜로 안 돼요.
진짜로.
I wonder what the tips are.
그럼요.
Like if you hit F1 or whatever, it's probably just stuff like.
그렇죠. 드론의 성별까지 구분할 줄
Did you know that you can
지경에 오르지 않는
drag your mouse
아니라 경지에
in a box and select multiple units at the same time?
펼치시면서 좀 여유가 있으시니까
Can you enable Clippy? It looks like you're trying to four-pool. Would you like help?
이재동 선수의 저그에 대한 판단과 그다음에 그 판단의 근거 이런 것들이 이제 시청자 여러분들에게 도움이 될 것 같거든요. 네.
Hi, I'm a paperclip.
하시는 거예요. 정우 선생님. 그렇죠. 네.
저는 그렇게 막
What unit are you trying to build?
몸으로
완전 의외인데요.
The hotkey for Overlord is O.
이렇게 감에 많이 의존합니까?
그냥 이렇게 네, 그냥 알아서 손이 그냥 움직이는 그런.
So yeah, I don't even know what the tips would be, but they're probably very generic stuff. Cause like, it's funny too if you go back and you play the original. Not that long ago, I played through the original campaign again, the StarCraft 1 campaign, and like the vanilla campaign before Brood War, you can tell that it was a brand new game, and the campaign and the first missions were meant to be like this tutorial, and it's so funny to like have them being like, oh, you should make a barracks so you can make more units, right, and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah, at one point in time, StarCraft was very, new, and no one knew how to play it, and so it's laughable now, but you had to teach people how to play your new game, you know? I don't know.
느낌이나 감 이런 것들은 감성의 영역이기 때문에.
Alright, did I lose Twitch chat again? No, I didn't. Okay.
테란의 어떤 플레이가 적에게 좀 가장 까다로운가요?
An add-on tool that helps you do the builds better. I actually knew some guys. I wonder if it's still around. I'm gonna check if it's still around before. I don't think it's still around.
감성적인 선수에게 저희가
I knew some guys who.
부린 것 같네요.
원래 보통 나오신 분들은 여러 가지 팁을 알려주시고 이럴 땐 이렇게 해야 되는 뭐 약간 좀
I don't see it anymore. Yeah.
해주셨었거든요. 근데 이재동 선수는 정말
SC2 audio builds. I don't know, anyway. Oh, here we go. I knew some guys that made this thing called audio builds.
경지에 오르는 게
Looks like the playlist is gone or whatever. Anyway, they basically made this org where they're trying to
상황에서 지는 경우들 많잖아요.
have you basically read the build order, like say the build order out loud, so you could put on the video when the game started, and then and sync it up, and then it would be like build an SCV, build a Marine, and it would like kind of coach you through how to do the build through audio, so you didn't have to like memorize it, and it would help you like learn the build. It was actually a pretty cool idea, and they were getting like foreign pros to do it, so like they got like White Raw and some other high-level foreigners to like teach their own builds on a video basically, and it was pretty cool stuff. It looks like you're mashing buttons and not following a build order. Would you like help building a Dark Templar? Fall else fails, hit K.
좀 까다로운 것 같아요.
어떻게 잡는 게 가장 그나마도 성공률이 높아요.
It had to be dynamic to be useful. Yeah, I mean,
저걸 히드라로 밀어붙인다거나
if it might be useful as a practice tool to like learn a build. Like you might even not even do it in a real game, but do it in practice until you could get the build down rote, like you knew how to do all the different things really easily, you know. Because I think people usually learn build orders like that just by practicing on their own to get the build down, and then they practice, you know, other stuff with it. Because yeah, you do have to know how to change your plans if something happens. I have a quiz question for you. All right, go for it. I'm usually bad at trivia, so I'm probably not going to do well at this quiz question, but let's go for it. SC1 had a tagline? What was the SC1 tagline? I have no clue. It's very epic. What is this, Warcraft in space? I like that letter K gif. Yep. Kermit the Frog knows how to build Dark Templar. He could be a pro gamer if he wanted to. Hey, that's how Jongbi won the last OSL finals, right? I don't have any idea what the tagline was. It's funny because I even recently found my old Brood War CD or something like that. Actually, I don't have an old Brood War CD because I may or may not have. This is for legal purposes. This is a joke, but I pirated StarCraft. Ha ha ha. I've actually bought StarCraft 3 or 4 times since then, so I feel like it's okay. But StarCraft, I'm loving it. Your only choice is Interstellar War. That is so crazy because that doesn't ring any bells. I thought that I would have seen that on the back of the CD or something like that, but no. That's so funny. It's a cool line. It's very epic. Your only choice is Interstellar War. You can admit you played the shareware version? There was a shareware version of StarCraft? Are you talking about the, what was it called? The Spawn version or something like that? Because I remember you couldn't you, like, you could buy the game and play it, but then you could use the CD to install a Spawn version on someone else's computer that could, so you could play together off of one copy of the game. But you had to have the main version in order to play, like, the campaign and stuff, right? Am I thinking of a different game? Maybe that was Warcraft. I have this vague recollection of there being like a. I remember it was called a spawn copy, right? So you had to, and you could like spawn a couple copies so you could all play together. Brood War had spawns. Cool. Okay, I thought I wasn't making that up. There was a StarCraft shareware that was restricted. Yeah. Hey, Broodweiser, it is a good name. All right, hold on a sec. I'm gonna check out this shareware thing real quick. What is this? Continue in browser. Anyone familiar with StarCraft shareware? Blizzard kept support for a small version of StarCraft, Terran versus Terran, no balance upgrades whatsoever. You can only play on a small map called Byways. It had quite an interesting small community. Most of us owned the full game, but enjoyed the unique TVT balance that comes from single open map and unique unit costs. Guy named Project B, phenomenal player. That's crazy. I had no idea that there was like a mini shareware version of StarCraft. That is so weird. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you release a game in 1998, right? I kept copies of the StarCraft shareware It was cool that it had its own separate campaign. I don't think it had its own separate campaign. I wonder how you would find that. Oh, here we go. The precursor campaign could be downloaded from this. Map archives. That's kind of crazy. Journey to the farthest reaches of the galaxy and take command of an elite team of Confederate Marines in the precursor campaign. Whether you're new to real-time strategy or a skilled veteran, you'll be faced by the challenge of leading your troops to victory over powerful and truly alien opponents. Can you restore peace to the fringe world of Chowsara? 5 missions that foreshadow the upcoming galactic war tutorial mission. I'm going to download this. I'm going to play that sometime. That is actually kind of funny. That is amazing. I had never heard of that before. That is really, really weird. Let's see, is there anything else in here? Byways is included in the Map Weave collection. I remember this. My opponent suggested no attacks for the first 20 minutes. I agreed. I started planning an army with a bunch of siege tanks and he rushed me. That's the day I learned you shouldn't trust people online. Oh, man. Oh, man. I had no idea about that. I'm going to play that sometime soon. That's crazy. Why is there a white line at the bottom of my screen right now? Oh, because there's a download thing. Okay. How many people died on Tarsonis after Mansk unleashed the Zerg on the planet? About how many? 10 million. No, 10 billion. I don't know, it's probably a lot. But I don't remember. Did they say that in the campaign? Like I said, I just played that like... I guess it was probably about a year ago that I played the campaign, so I don't remember it very much anymore, but... This is Jadong, by the way, playing the role of Barracks Man. Just building random mass marines against Zerg. I think he's got some medics and firebats too. Oh, never mind, he's teching. So I guess he's not really trolling, he's just off-racing in this one. 2 billion from the official wiki, okay. I thought it must be like billions of people, right? Because there's gonna be on Tarsonis, there's probably gotta be, you know, a lot of people because it's like a main settled planet. Earth has 7 billion right now, right? So, or maybe close to 8 billion now. Mod Kennen so you can run quizzes. Is that a Twitch feature that you can do quizzes for like channel points or something like that? Don't the power go straight to my head? Alright. Diggity remains the only sword wielder in the chat right now. Trivia, mind blown. Sounds like 2 billion minds were blown. But yeah, like... If you gave me pro gamer trivia, that would be fun. If we did like, you know, who was the top rated Zerg of 2007, you know, or something like that. Like that would be fun. I would actually be able to get some of those questions. But if it's like StarCraft campaign questions and stuff like that, that I will not probably be able to get very well. Unless they're easy. Like I said, I did play the campaign not that long ago, so let's see, what are some Brood War trivia questions that I could throw out that are interesting? We could do like last time people were like people were talking about how like there was someone said that that The Rock was the only player to beat Flash and Jaedong in best of fives or something like that. I was like, oh wow, that's a great trivia point. And then we looked it up and it just wasn't true. So what pro gamer did Flash save from drowning? Firebat Hero, right? I think. I vaguely remember that actually. Oh, you used the trivia question about trivia, yeah. Actually, Diggity, that's, well, I'll have to double check. But that's not where I heard the word trivia came from. I just saw what you said. Trivia was the from what I heard, it was the meeting of the three roads of like logic, arithmetic, and literature or something like that. And the three like pillars of education. And that's why it was called trivia. But I mean, I can look that up right now actually. Let's see. Trivia etymology. Etymology online. Place where three roads meet. An open place, public place. Maybe I heard the wrong one then. Place where three roads meet. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, oops. Accidentally closed the BNet attack. Randomly, Jaedong just randomly Terran versus Zerging and owning face, by the way. It's not even fair. Alright, so now we got Jaedong playing Zerg again. I used to be a trivia host. I actually hosted trivia nights at like a bar and restaurant. And that was my favorite trivia question that I ever asked. I did themes, and like one of my last trivias that I did before I left was I did a trivia themed trivia night, and one of the questions was about the word trivia. Legend has it travelers would meet at the intersection of three crossroads to exchange gossip, news, and interesting facts. Some think word trivia derives from this idea. Alright. How's it going, Plastic? Plastwonic? No foreigner. Let's see. Hold on. Wait. 4 finished runner-up. Can you name them in WCG? F91? Who finished runner-up in WCG? Who would that have been? That must have been really old days, right? Really, really old days. It's probably some... Was it like someone like Mondragon or White Raw or something like that? Yeah, Ulki and Gur are safe answers. It's a good guess. 4 finished runner-up. I'm actually surprised by that 4 of them finished runner-up. Elky was 1 was German. Who else? I don't remember. Mondragon was the best German player, right? I don't remember who else was German that might have been. Because it must have been like really, really early days, right? Hey, Ikaruda. How's it going? We're talking about StarCraft trivia right now, programming trivia. This guy tried to DT rush Jaedong, by the way, and he's just gonna kill him right now. Man, this is not much fun. Jaedong isn't trolling at all. Usually the programmers troll the people on Battle.net and like do funny weird stuff. And like he's not trolling at all, he's just playing well and just like killing him. Yeah, Fisheye, that name like rings a bell, but it was before my time. 2007?
네, 지금 완전 초토화가 됐고요. 이분도 좀
Are you serious?
경기 자체가
Who was in 2007?
않았습니다.
근데 원래 이 정도로
지금 거의 뭐 압도하는 경기를 계속 매번 보이시는 프로게이머는 없었습니다. 예.
Cole?
교차했어요.
네, 뭐 아슬아슬하기도 했고요.
네, 홍진호 선수도 한 2패 정도 하고
I don't even know who the Cole is.
성준 선수도 그렇고 오영종 선수도
Why is this person still in the game? They've got no bases. Oh, because they've got Dark Templar. Dark Templar win all the games.
비볐어요. 다크 들어온 거.
네.
예, 끝났죠?
자, 이제 경기는 끝이
A
났고요.
young phenom. I do not know Cole at all. Alright, take care, Dad, before. Have a good one.
승리를 따내게 되든 아니면 패배를 하게 되든 여러분들이 선물이 있습니다.
그렇죠. 네, 네 앞에 나오셔서
여기입니다.
여기 이제 키보드에다가 사인을 좀
직접.
부탁드릴게요.
Wait, was Cole second or was he third?
저희가 키보드를 색깔을 바꿨습니다.
네,
이렇게 바꿨어요.
예.
What is Jaedong doing? He's gonna sign a keyboard now?
네. 이승훈.
네.
자, 잘 보이게.
What are they gonna do with this keyboard that he's signing?
그렇죠.
네.
그러면 이제 이게
Give it away to someone watching?
게임을 즐기시는 게 되는 거기 때문에 그렇죠. 훨씬 의미가 있을 겁니다.
그 사인을 이제 보려면 그동안
PJ?
뒤집어서 봤어야 되는데
그렇죠.
지금 이제 게임을 하면서 볼 수가 있기 때문에
Oh.
더욱더 좋은
Hold on a sec. Let's look this up. Wikipedia. WCG 2007. Let's look at the bracket here. Stork, PJ, and Mondragon were second and third. It was only a single Korean player? What the heck? Oh, Savior and Huashin got in the... How was the top four... See, okay, so White Raw Mondragon, I remembered. PJ I'd forgotten about. Can you guys see this, by the way? Yeah. So, it was Stork, Savior, and Huashin were the three Koreans. And how did Savior and Huashin both lose in the round of 8? That's crazy. Tasteless and DJ Wheat casted it. Is there a bracket here? Looking for a bracket. Okay, here we go. Quarterfinals. Let me just move this here so you guys can see. Oops, that's not it. Where's the window? There we go. It's quarterfinals. Okay. The final 8, 5 Protosses, including the 3 Korean favorites. Oh, I kind of remember Dreven. Savior versus PJ. PJ would advance over Savior 2-1 in the longest series of the tournament, approaching 80 minutes total over 3 games. That's not even that long. Savior would show his vulnerability in the group stage, losing to Mondragon. The loss in a best-of-3 series was highly unexpected. During Game 1, PJ opened with a Forge Cannon opening and expanded. Savior expanded multiple times. After multiple skirmishes, Savior continued to expand, teching to Ultralists and Defilers, casting Plague on his army, overwhelming the Protoss as he raised 3 of his expansions to surrender. So Savior won Game 1. Game 2, Savior expanded in his natural. PJ teched 1 base to shuttles in close positions, and Zealot and Reaver dropped attacks on the Zerg, disrupted his production. PJ expanded and returned with Dragoons and Reavers, and won. Finally, the longest game of the tournament, both players would opt for building up, with Savior containing PJ on 2 bases, with Lurkers while expanding multiple times. PJ broke out with Dragoons and Templars, harassing him with drops and Corsairs. Savior was forced to build dozens of Sunkens for defense while performing drop attacks with Zerglings, etc. Protoss defend with Psystorm and dozens of Photon Cannons. 76 photon cannons. I like how you can click on Photon Cannon and see what that is in case you don't know what a Photon Cannon is. Let's see here. Looks like you're trying to build Photon Cannons. Would you like help? Tech to carriers and force the Zerg surrender. So it looks like he just beat Savior straight up. Well, good. Savior's a stupid punk. Oh, you know what's interesting though? This is interesting. So I'm gonna catch up on chat in a minute because the other one was Stork versus Huashin. Oh, so Stork and Huashin met in the quarterfinals, so that's why only one of them could get to the semifinals because Stork beat Huashin. With both Korean players winning their groups in the primary stage, the two favorites met in the quarterfinals. In spite of high expectations, the PVT match will be brief. Stork dominated with tech-based gameplay to finish both games in 20 minutes, etc., etc. Okay, so Stork versus Huashin, that makes sense. But Savior losing to PJ is kind of a big deal. Huh. Well, Savior and Huashin are both match-fixing scumbags, so good riddance to them, I guess. Let's see. Sorry, I'm missing out on some trivia now. Wake up, computer. Wake up, computer. All right, let's see. Fisheye was BC PJ upset. PJ was second. PJ, we just saw it. PJ was Chinese. Some of the Chinese players were really, really good, like F91, who Diggity mentioned. Was F91 in 2007 though? I feel like he might have been a little bit later than that when he was big. On GameNet Star League had 4 players win it 3 times. Jelizerg. Try not to look at chat. There's Jelizerg. Who else? Flash? Nada. Nada's one of them. I think Jelizerg and Nada both won 3 times. I should know this. The Golden Mouse winners, right? I saw it said Boxer is not one of them. That's a little bit of a surprise. Flash and Jadong, maybe. I think Jadong probably did. Flash must have, right? It must be Flash, Jadong, Jelizerg, and Nada, right? Jelizerg, Flash, Nada, and Jadong. Nada, yeah. Yeah, because Nada, and I'm actually, I remember thinking about that with Boxer. Boxer, if the finals between Uve and Boxer that I casted, I think if Boxer had won that, it would have been his 3rd OSL, and he would have gotten the Golden Mouse. But he never did for some reason, somehow. He won other stuff. That can't be right. Let's just double check. I feel like Boxer won too much stuff. But some of the games that he won, okay, yeah. So here we go. Nada, July, Jadong, and Flash. Boxer won so much stuff though. How did he not win 3 OSLs? It was just all MSLs? Here we go. 2004 OSL. Oh yeah, that's right. Because some of them were not OSLs. They were like these other Star Leagues. Like before the OSL was like before it was like only OSL, MSL. There was these other StarCraft leagues, right? And he won a bunch of those, right? So, this is like show matches or something like that. So Hanbit OSL, Coca-Cola OSL, and that's right. He got 2nd place in 2 different OSLs later on in his career, and he barely missed the Golden Mouse because he got 2nd place versus Uve, and I haven't actually seen this one versus Anytime. So he got 2nd place in a couple of OSLs, and he had MSL. These KTF Premier Leagues, he won a lot of those. 2nd place in the Sky OSL. So he got a couple firsts in like the first couple OSLs, or some of the first OSLs. And he kept getting seconds. and winning these other things like the KPGA Tour, WCG, but he never got that third OSL. All right, so here's the, yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of interesting. The ones that won twice. Yeah, there's several more players that won OSL twice. Anytime. Let's see. Can we check out WCG? So here's all the WCG winners, as we can see. So, Elke came in second in 2001. You might have said this in chat. Sorry if I missed it already. So Elke got second in 2001. Fisheye got it in 2003. I did not even know who Ogogo was. Apparently that's a guy. Android lost to For You in 2005. Do not recognize. I do not recognize these guys at all. I mean, I've heard of Elke, obviously, but Fisheye, I like barely have heard of him. Android, I don't think I've ever heard of him, except maybe the last time someone brought this up. German, Chinese Protoss, German Protoss. Elke's from France, of course. I can check though. So here we go. Oh, this is the WCG winners. Oh, Boxer's the only one to win WCG twice. Interesting. Did not know that. Stork has the first and 2 silvers, of course. Jaedong and Garsh each have a gold and a bronze. That's interesting. So Boxer is actually the only one to win WCG twice. That's very interesting. And then you do have a lot of foreigners getting the some medals here, like 3rd places and 4th places. So White Raw has a 4th place. Legionnaire, Mondragon, Straylock all have 3rd places in WCG, etc., etc. All right, let's check OSL then. Medals won per player. So here we go. So they have the golden mouse. Garimto, Boxer, Uva, and Jongbi all have 2 OSL wins. And look at this. Stork has 3 OSL silvers, but Boxer and Fantasy actually have 4 OSL silvers. So, I mean, you can see why Stork was going to be the king of silver, but Fantasy took the title from him. But I didn't realize that Boxer actually had 4 OSL silvers also. That's just because he got so many golds and silvers that he just has like just a ton of placings in like all these different tournaments. So that's why. It's not like he was a king of silver or anything like that. Anyway, so that's kind of interesting. And then Hot Forever, Yellow, Choja, and July. Choja has 2 OSL silvers. I didn't realize that. Okay. Stork only has 1 gold. Savior only has 1 gold for the OSL. Pretty surprised actually that Nalra only has 1 gold and Reach. Well, he got up there, but it was hard for him to finish it off a lot of the time. Fantasy only has 1 gold as well. So, and this is interesting. Jongbi has no silvers. Jongbi never got a silver in the OSL. He just won the last 2 of them, and that was it. Anyway, I'm getting tired of watching Jaedong just wreck noobs on BNet Attack. He's not being very interesting. I'm gonna try BNet Attack again. See if someone else more interesting is on here. I think Sea Shield was pretty good. Anytime. Who's got someone that's good? Someone that might be good. The coach, Gemchi. None of these are BNet Attack anymore. Reach. Let's do Reach.
Hey guys, Cholera here, bringing you.
Oh, this is a Cholera cast. Never mind. How about Shine though? Shine might be good. I think I saw Shine up here. Shine's probably a good player to watch on Being an Attack, right? I've been meaning to watch more of Shine anyway. Alright, so let's move this back here. Hey, Cholera from the past! Hey guys, this is Cholera. Good old Cholera. I have one that might be the most difficult to get. Give me another trivia question? Alright, lay it on us. Lay it on us. Don't think I ever realized how good Fantasy was. He won that last OSL. I basically only time I thought about him. Yeah, Fantasy was interesting. At like he was easy to underestimate, but he was actually like one of the best Terrans of his era. So it's kind of weird like that. KT Rawlster had 4 names previous to KT Rawlster. What were they? Oh my god. Magic Ends was one, obviously. Didn't they have something that was like... What was... It was like something finger, right? Didn't they have a name that was just like... It was like... like Magic Finger or something? Oh my gosh, what was the... Like, didn't... for some reason I remember it having something to do with finger. Or like... Because people made fun of it and called it like KT Finger Bang or something like that. Like... What was that? It's worse. It's worse. Oh god. If I mimic Cholera, he will emerge from the darkness. I don't know how to mimic Cholera that well though. He just like, he just had a normal friendly voice. He didn't have like anything else that I could really. What was it? It was something finger or something bang. I don't know, something like that. I don't remember what that was, but it was hard for me to remember what they were before that, because they were Magic Ends for a pretty long time, and I know that I've casted Finger Boom. That's right. What a stupid name. Did you get censored? Sorry. It's just, don't worry, Twitch mod. It's just a name of a StarCraft team, that's all. This is really low, isn't it? I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. Finger Boom. What was it before that though? Because Magic Ends was way back. Like they were Magic Ends as far back as like 2004 or something like that, right? So the names they had before that must have been the really early days. And like the only way I would have known is if I was looking up a Nalra game or something like that from the old days, because Nalra was on KT. I think so was Yellow. Yellow was on KT also. Yeah, all those teams had weird names beforehand, like Jelizerg was on Pirates of Space, which turned into NBC game. And there was Toonami, was like another sponsor, one of those old teams and stuff like that. The third one might be the most difficult one. They had it for 15 days? Why did they change their name for 15 days? That's crazy. I have no idea. I have no idea what their what they would be. I hope Shine does something more than just stomp some noobs, by the way. Actually, is he about to die to some noob right now because he doesn't have his Sunkens up yet?
저분이 바람으로 시간을 좀 벌어볼 수 있지 않을까요?
He's literally about to die to a noob. That would be funny if Shine just died to some random guy on BNet. Oh, never mind. He's just got too many Zerglings. JK. That was good timing. He waited for the Sunkens to come in. The other guy didn't quite attack soon enough or hard enough. The first had no sponsors and it was related to a dinosaur movie from the 90s. And the third one is Hello. The hint for the third one is Hello. A dinosaur movie from the 90s? Like Land Before Time? Or was Jurassic Park in the 90s? It was, right? KT Jurassic Park? Plastic got it! That's the answer. Related to a popular dinosaur movie. So was it like was it like the T-Rexes or something like that, or something to do with Amber? Oh, was it like the Raptors? Were they the Raptors? I'll bet it was the Raptors, right? Or something like that. The Velociraptors? That sounds like a cheesy enough name that it would be like a sports team name or something like that. KD crap movie. Yes, it was the Raptors. Got it. I don't understand. Hello? Was it something to do with Olay? Because there wasn't there a oh, that's right. They were KT Olay. They were KT Olay, weren't they? Yeah. I vaguely remember that because like Olay was like a brand or something in Korea, I think. Got it. You had to give me some hardcore hints there, though. But I mean, I mean, like I said, that's why I said, like, if you give me old pro gaming trivia, I might be able to get it, just because, like, my memory, there's a lot of that stuff stuck up here still from when I basically lived esports for a couple of years, or lived Brood War esports for a few years, basically. So, like, all that crap is just up there somewhere. Yeah, KT Olay, I do vaguely remember that. Do you know why they changed it so quickly? Like, why did they have it for 15 minutes? Oh, shoot. Am I missing? No, okay. Make sure I'm not missing any chat here. It wasn't just 15 days. All right, well, now hold on. Let's look this up. Let's get the full scoop here. KT Rawlster. They should have never changed it, honestly. All right, well, let's put this back here, back in the center screen. So let's see. So they were the Magic Ends in March 2001. Okay, so they changed it to Finger Boom in July of 2009 and Olay in August of 2009. So this is 10 days that they were Finger Boom, and it was 15 days that they were Olay. So basically they did Finger Boom and they got made so much fun of that they renamed it Olay KT. And then I don't know why they changed it to Rawlster after that. But it was a very short period of time when they had these two other names. Yeah, Olay was 15 days. Finger Boom was 10 days. Finger Boom was only 10 days. Does it say about the names? Sponsor information. KT is a South Korean telecommunications company. KT also has a special forces team. Yeah, okay. Does it say anything about why they changed their name? Thanks to the coaching of Hot Forever, they produced stars such as Violet and Stats. Luxury and for Gigi would perform well. And then they got Flash. It doesn't say. Let's see here. Here's a link. Laughing and cringing. Seriously, what's wrong with Magic Ends? Look at this. The comments when it happened. Finger booms sound nicer. Okay. So, what about this? KT reveals their new name. They changed the name to Olay KT. Seems like we foreigners weren't the only guys making fun of Finger Boom. Olay sounds stupid. Yeah, I mean, this is just their website, so it's not going to be. So there's no information on why they changed it. And then they changed it again. KT is now officially called KT Rawlster. Rawlster is a wordplay for the words roller coaster, as KT will now be a team representing extreme euphoria in the esports scene. All right. Sure, whatever. Anyway. That's so weird. Hey, Quantum Check. Welcome, Stormcall. Air Force Ace, the good old days. Yes. I liked Air Force Ace, man. I always felt bad for them, though, because they could never. Yes, I always called them KT Rafflecopter. Or not always, but I often called them KT Rafflecopter. What is the single most memorable pro-Korean Brood War game you watched? That's an interesting question. Give me a minute to think about that. Because I don't want. I'm trying to think of like what was memorable before, like because I've watched some stuff recently that's really interesting and like memorable, but like I don't know if that counts. He's about to get busted by his amateur again, but he's just gonna fend it off with links. So he's just like, actually, I'm a pro gamer and I just am gonna kill you. Again, he's not trolling or anything like that. I swear they used to troll on BattleNet Attack and like do funny stuff. Probably need to get like find BNet Attack with Nada or Nalra or someone creative and interesting that they would do something funny. They finished the bottom in every season except one. Did they really? I don't remember them ever finishing above the bottom. Probably maybe it was the last season that they played that they didn't finish in the bottom. I'm trying to remember what would be the most memorable Korean Brood War game though. Huh. I'm gonna say MSL finals between Bisu and Stork, game number 5. That was, I think, one of the most memorable because that was one of the first finals that I watched when I was just getting into Brood War, and I was like a Stork fan, and so it was like cool to watch, and I actually I think I became a Stork fan partly because of that series because I like rooting for the underdog, and he finished second. So after that, I was like, he needs to get his first place. It was so close, and Bisu was like the main man at the time in 2007. When like Bisu was the man to beat, and Stork came so close to beating him, and so I was like, dang it, he could have taken out the king, you know. So yeah, that's I think what and it was an epic game too. Actually, you guys want to watch that? We can watch it right now. Actually, I don't know if we have time to watch it. It was a long game because I'm gonna try and finish in about 20 or 30 minutes. I want to try and head out early today. But so that's my most memorable game because it was this epic game. It was like they mined out the whole map. It came down to fighting over the last like few mineral patches on the map, and they were like shelling each other with reaver shots back and forth. Like everything happened in that game, and it was just down to the very, very end where they were just scrapping it out with just the bare bones units, just trying to get a little bit of an advantage to get those last minerals to win the game. And Stork never upgraded Dragoon range in that game, and he would have won the finals if he just remembered to upgrade Dragoon range. But instead they had this epic battle where Bisu always had the advantage in every fight because he had Dragoon range and Stork didn't. And Stork would have won the game and won the finals, but he didn't upgrade Dragoon range, and people have been giving him shit for it ever since. Boxer streams poker and LOL on Twitch. Yeah, someone said earlier that he's playing poker now. I feel like Boxer probably doesn't need to play poker. He probably just has enough money off of being Boxer that, like, I don't know. But I'm not surprised he's playing poker. He does stream occasionally, but he's not like a streamer. He just like kind of does it sometimes. An obscure game of Boxer SCV rushing on a lava map. Probably the first YouTube video you watched of StarCraft. Interesting. Obscure? Was it really, really old? It wasn't a lava map. The quality was so poor you thought it was. Oh, man. Yeah, Nada versus Jangbi. The epic storm game. The most storms ever highlight comes from that game. Or best storms ever. That was pretty sick too. I think we watched that on this show a couple months ago. That game. So what was the answer then? When did they not finish bottom? When did Air Force Ace not finish the bottom, and why? Why did they actually get above the bottom of the ranks? Like who messed up that badly that they got lower than Air Force Ace? Oh, that's right. Istra was so bad. That's right. That's right. Istra was so bad. In 2008? Oh, okay. Poor Istro. They just didn't have any good players, right? And then I don't remember if it was before or after that. Up Magic was on Istro, and Up Magic was caught match fixing, and he had to retire or quit or whatever. Who else was on Istro that was good? I don't remember. Was that when Idra was playing on Istro? Or there was a couple other foreigners, right? Idra, who I know Idra played on Istro a bit, and I think they had like one or two other foreigners that played, not like they didn't actually play professional games, but they were like in the Istro house and like doing stuff like that. I think Noonie might have played on Istro for a bit, and then some other pro team. Idra was on some other pro team for a minute also, right? Up Magic is now a professional Bako dancer? Wait, is this real? Hold on a sec. What is going on? Is that really Up Magic? There's no pixels on this, you can't tell. It's literally 240p. Is this just like some funny thing that they did for... What the hell is going on? Filmed on an Nokia flip phone. I can't tell who these guys are. Whoever they are, they're actually pretty good though. Actually pretty good. Was that actually oh, I didn't even pause Be Night Attack, I didn't realize it. All right, let me hold on. Idra. What teams was Idra on? It must say in here somewhere, right? Eastro, CJ, that's right. He was playing for Eastro, and then he played for CJ, or played with CJ, I guess. And then Nooney joined Eastro. Okay, that's what I was remembering. So I knew there was at least a couple that had been on Eastro. Eastro. Dissolution draft. When Eastro dissolved in 2010, the players were drafted to different teams. Teams finished last season had been floated. Minimum contract, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. But is there anyone else who... Notable former players. Okay, yeah. Can you guys see this? You can't see it. Hold on. Notable former players. So Gur and Elke were both on Eastro. I didn't realize that there were some other foreigners. Nazgul, where was he from? Netherlands. Okay. Nazgul, Legionnaire, Assem. So Eastro was kind of like the team that actually like had foreigners on it, basically. Jinnam? Who's that? Okay, he was Korean, that's what I thought. Yeah, so Gur, Elke, Nazgul, Legionnaire, Assem, and then of course Idra and Nooney were on Eastro at different times. So that's kind of interesting. I thought there had been like one other foreigner on Eastro, but I didn't know it was back in the old days. I thought it was at the same time as Nooney that they had someone on there. AIDS, goat rope. Both impressive and unimpressive at the same time, yeah. Hexatron Dream Team? Maybe. Oops, not that. Eastro. Formed as AMD Dream Team in 2002. Changed name to Hexatron Dream Team in 2004. E-Nature Top Team in 2005. And Eastro in 2006. So there you go. Under management of Daniel Lee. Oh, let's get back to this. There we go. So yeah, it was Hexatron. Like, I don't know why I keep saying it the other way. Hexagon Dream Team. I all those old names were before my time, so it's hard for me to remember them. But when you go back and look at them, it's really interesting to see the names of the teams before they were the names that they became known as to me. So we got Shine playing Protoss now on Battle.net. What do you guys think about Battle.net Attack? I'm not really enjoying it that much, actually. It's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. But it might just be because of the players that we're watching. But I'm down to change it if you guys are not enjoying it. But if you are, we can stay on it. What do you guys think? Anybody? Bueller? Is my chat messed up again? No? Okay. No opinion? Alright, well... Kung Piss Tank says move on. Alright. Sounds good. Let's move on. I'll like one time for like maybe one more game. So what is this? This is Jongbi versus Flash. Oh, did we already watch this game earlier? I think we already watched this game earlier.
보이긴 하거든요, 지금은.
Maybe?
게스러시의 의도가 좀
I don't know. Let's see if we've seen this before or not. Just picked something random. So, and this is the round of 8. I think we watched game 1 of this earlier, and now we're watching game 2. MSL Group of Death with Jaedong, Flash, Bisu, and C.
자, 이제 먼저
You just here for the trivia?
시작부터 보도록 하겠습니다. 이것입니다. 오렌지색. 딱 한 명만 붙었어요. 허영무도 없으면 지네어 스타리그 넓어.
It's good trivia. It's been a good day for Brugor trivia, that's for sure.
프로리그도 끝났고 시즌 자체가 끝났기 때문에 유일한 지금 보는 인연 그대로 유일한 토스입니다.
그러네요.
I don't think we've seen this. Dr. Dingerdonger, remind me about that maybe next time, because I'm gonna only do like one more game. I'm gonna sign off a little early because I got something to do this evening. So otherwise we could definitely watch the whole group though. That'd be fun. I guess we could watch game 1 of it. What was the do you know what Star League it was?
호두님도 참 그러고 보니까 아시네요.
현재는 자리를 완전히 내주셨어요. 허루님은요.
주기가 길죠.
I'm trying to find. Let's see if I can find.
그러면은 어느 쪽이 호감이기 되는 거죠? 그렇죠. 예.
Here we go. Oh, ABC Mart MSL.
이제 호감이죠. 일반적으로 그렇게 되지 않겠습니까?
Okay.
자, 이번에 4회 우승까지 정말
예.
그럼요. 예.
그 누구도 못 가봤던 4회 우승입니다. 네.
그리고
끝까지
또
함께 해주시라 믿고요.
Was it a round of 8 group or round of 32?
이영호 선수를 견제할
No.
많거든요. 또 올라가면 또 있고. 자,
Group stage. Round must have been round of 32.
있어서는 이영호 선수가 출발이 괜찮고요. 아무래도 빠른
If you get this one, I will be damn impressed. Okay.
가스 러시까지 하려고
Lay it on us.
안 되죠, 이제는.
그래도 어쨌건 뭐 틀어막히기 전에 뭐 입성해서 내부를 좀
Trying to find this.
그렇습니다. 오늘 DC에서 스겔, 곤겔, 뭐 다운샷 이런 데 있습니다. 아무튼
Trying to find the games for this ABC Mart MSL
들어온 게 어디예요? 최대한 살아남은 봐야죠.
닉네임이 곤충과
at the same time, so we can maybe watch that.
자, 과연 이제 허영무 선수가 준비한 필살기, 뭐 필살기를 안 쓸 수도 있고 운영을 갈 수도 있겠습니다만
Jelizerg held a 10-0 record on this map. Name it.
그렇기 때문에 셔틀 플레이를 통한 전략인지 봐야겠습니다.
머리니 쏘자마자 진짜
우리 팀킬한 줄 알았어요.
머리 죽인 줄 알았어요. 깜짝 놀랐네. 예.
목격자가 봤으면 머리
What map did Jelizerg have a 10-0 record on?
오발 나가지고.
It must have been an old school map.
찰간 부분을 뭐 어느 정도는 해소를 했네요. 약간.
이거 캡처해서 다시 한번 봐야겠다 진짜네.
I don't even know maps that well usually, so I'm not even like, what's a good Zerg map in, 2005 or something like that.
머린 뭐로 이제 과감하게 한다든지 아니면은 머린을 한 기만 생산하고 말아야지라고 생각을 했다면 그것도
Troy.
되는 거고요.
자, 일단
Oh yeah, maybe it was a map that was only for the OSL that he won in one of the OSLs that he won.
얻었다 볼 수가 있고 이영호 선수도 지금 보면 정찰이 되고 있는 부분이
Battle Royale. Is this? Can you guys see this by the way? Is it going? Okay. Sometimes it freezes the video and I'm not sure when. Competition span was 2008-9. Okay.
만약 이거를
So it must have been like one of the OSL maps, I bet, right?
왜냐하면 지금 이 상태로 로보티스를 올린 거는 보는데도 올린 거거든요.
I think I don't remember the names of any of the maps. Was it Andromeda? Is that the name of the space tileset map that was in the other OSL?
적으로 거는 거죠. 계속 심리를.
현재까지의 정보만 가지고
Where he beat Best
머릿속이 오히려 복잡해질 수가 있는 거죠. 예.
in the last game?
병력들 뭐 소수입니다만 전진 배치합니다. 허영무.
I think that might have been the name of it.
만 올려놓고 멀티를 하고 있기 때문에 나름 좀 허영무 선수 심리전을 쓴 거고.
Otherwise, I don't know. I don't remember the names of maps very well at all.
수비하라는 거죠. 수비 쪽에 돈을
I don't.
투자하라는
We've
거죠.
seen this map so many times, and I don't even know remember the name of it. Even though someone mentioned it like the last time we watched it, I just forgot the name of this map. It was Andromeda? Yes. I mean, you had to give me a pretty big hint, but you gotta admit, like, I was on the right track, where I'm thinking, like, okay, it must have been one of the maps that was just, like, limited to the OSL, one of the OSLs that he won, right?
오늘 좀 테란이 빠르기 때문에 지금 이렇게
95 games on it, and 71 of them were ZVC.
어떤 심리전이 지금
What the hell?
엔진을 베이를 올렸다는 부분은 분명히 긍정적이거든요. 네, 그 부분은 지금 허영무 선수
That's amazing.
터렛을 좀 짓게끔 만들어야죠.
Oh man.
중간 취소할 때 어떨 또 어떻게 합니까? 일단 안정적으로 터렛 지을 수 있는 시스템을 갖춰놔야죠. 돈 써서.
엔지니어링 베이까지만 그냥 뭐 간정도
Let's see here.
정도는 아니긴 하겠습니다만 리버 또는 다크 템플러 드랍 뭐 이런 거를 몽땅 대비한다는
Alright, let's check this out. Let's pause this game for a sec. Battle Royale. Ugh. Look at that. 71 ZVZs. There's one PvP on it. Oh my gosh. It was played in the minor league and the pro league. So that would explain it. Because since it was a pro league map, you could pick who you sent out on it, right? And so no one would ever send out someone that wasn't a Zerg on such a Zerg favored map, right? Look at it. 28% win rate for Terran versus Zerg. And 44% win rate for Zerg versus Protoss, but there's only 9 games, so it doesn't really count. Wow. Look at that. Why was it so Zerg favored? I wonder. The spawns are because the spawns are just super duper close. So you just ling rush. I guess that's not that close. It's a long distance to go all the way through here, it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse cursor, by the way. But it's like just through the middle between the assimilators and stuff. You could block the assimilators pretty easy, it looks like, but yeah, like mutas would get to your enemy base in like 10 seconds. Oh man, that's brutal though. Look at that though. 71 ZVZs. And 1 PvP. Who was that? That was in the minor league. Yeah, you couldn't pick the maps in the minor league, so probably all of these games are on the minor league. Minor league. Oh, they sent Up Magic beat Hyuk on that map. Light beat Zero on that map. So it was possible for Terrans to win. Maybe we should watch one of those. How long are these games? Screw Up Magic. Light versus Zero. How long is this match? 20 minutes? Alright, let's watch this. Let's watch this instead. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. Because like I said, I'm a little worried about time. What is this called again? Battle Royale? Battle Royal? With no E at the end? What is going on there? Are they like writing a school essay right now or something? What is happening? Why was that person sitting? Wait, they're like sitting in like the front row too. Hold on a second. This person is writing a bunch of stuff on a piece of paper, lengthwise by the way. And they're like in the front row. They're in the front row writing on a piece of paper. Is it a long-winded cheerful? Are they gonna like hold it up to the camera and like you have to like spend like 15 minutes on camera to read it all or something? All right, so we'll see how light. We'll see how light managed to beat Zero on a map which is over 70% Zerg favored versus Terran. So he's gonna block the little gap between the assimilators and put a bunker behind it. Hey, is it Dad Brood War? D for D Brood War? Your name almost looks like it's supposed to be like an emoji or something like that. Because the D underscore B looks kind of like a face. I don't know. It's a long story? Okay. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm gonna I think this is gonna be the last game we're gonna watch for today. But let's remind me next time we can go back and watch that group of death in the next one, Dr. Dinger Donger. Who is streaming StarCraft right now? Some Korean is streaming to 7,000 people on StarCraft. I was like seeing like, who can I raid after this? I do not know who this Korean is. Paka9999. Hey look, Moltrap is streaming VODs and chill right now. How about that? Anyway, we'll check again when this game's closer to done. Can was numbers? What? Only 10 players allowed? Yep, still on. I'm gonna be heading out after this game though. Since you're just joining us, this is Battle Royale, which is over 70% win rate for Zerg. And so we're watching a ZVT on it to see just how bad it is. Except we are watching a game that we know the Terran actually wins. So it's like, how does it happen? I don't speak Leet. I do speak Leet. I don't know what I8U is though. I thought 8 is supposed to be a B. IBU? B3M? BEM? I don't know. I8U? Oh. Okay. Don't get us boomers talking about pagers and pager codes again. So he's actually this map has like the outer ring as well as the inner area with like the S-shaped terrain, and he's like mining out to go into the outer ring, but at the same time Zero is sending lurkers around the outer ring. Oh. So the lurkers were not expecting to find those the Marines. Now they're gonna die. Actually getting a decent amount of damage though. Oh, the Zerglings don't have speed and they couldn't catch up to the lurkers. So that's why I think Zero ends up at a disadvantage, because he had his quick lurkers with lings that he was gonna go for instead of mutas on an easy muta map, I guess. And then his lurkers got caught before his speed finished. I don't think he was expecting light to bust out and go around the back way that he was trying to go around the back way. Mistake was not going muta, yeah. Hey Chris, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't go mutas, but like I said, I mean, sometimes if it's obvious to go mutas, you have to do something different to throw your opponent off, right? Zero was a creative player, so I can't blame him too much.
역으로 뮤타를 모으지 않으면 지금으로서는 사실 드랍을 통한 어떤 해법을 김명훈 선수 좀 찾아야 될 것 같고.
Enjoyed the maps where there was destructible buildings or minerals you could move to open the ramp. Yeah, those I like dynamics like that. Yeah, it was like a mind game that went completely wrong, basically. He's like, there's no way I shouldn't go mutas, so I'm not gonna go mutas because he won't expect it. Oh, you gonna lose that lurker? Oh, he saved the lurker actually.
그런 것처럼 저희가 화면에 봤을 때는 스캔이 거의 거칠 즈음에 봤던 것 같습니다.
여기서 이런 거 줄여주는 거 좋아요. 네, 병력 손실을 최소화하면서 이재호 선수 어차피
Yeah, I think he went fast. He went pretty fast lurkers too, I think.
를 통한 시간 벌기로 드론을 보충하는 게 아니기 때문에 러커 줄여주면 러커 또 생산해야 되고. 그러면 드론을 보충.
Yeah, Light is good, man. I haven't seen Light play lately though, but I guess people have been telling me that he's been like doing really well in ASL the last few seasons, right? Mr. Ziz! Hello there, from the Moltrap Doa times. Nice. How's it going, man? StarCraft 2 fan then? Or are you a Brood War fan also?
그걸 알아야 돼요.
Because I was casting with Doa, I was doing StarCraft 2. And League of Legends. I think, did I cast with him? I think I casted LOL with him for a little bit, didn't I? Or maybe he started when I left. I don't remember. I don't remember anymore. I think I must have casted some League with him, right? Same Zero that changed the name to Queen? Yes. Vagar best hero. I didn't have like one main. I had a lot of different mains, but my favorites were Kassadin and Leona. Kassadin and Leona were probably my two favorite heroes to play. Vagar was kind of fun, but I was never super good with him or anything like that. But if you get Vagar farmed up and just pop people and get him really fed, I do like the burst AP champions when you could just like, you're dead, you're dead. Yeah, you could one shot the enemy AP. Good times. But you could do that with Kassadin if you got super fed also. You could combo it though. Watched our StarCraft 2 GSL with you. Really like it. Heck yeah, man. It's been a long time. Oh, got the dropship. Right click, Q, poison, and mass crit plus attack speed. Oh, and Dota 2. Hey, thank you for the follow. My elite friend, Dad Brood War. I had never played Dota 2. Or Dota 1 for that matter, actually. Someone gifted me Dota 2, I think, on Steam, and I just never played it. I just never even installed it, honestly. I don't know why they gifted it to me. I don't even remember who did it, but someone gifted me to Dota 2. I think they wanted me to play it or something like that. So Zero's attacking into tanks and marines with mass hydras. Not usually the best either. During the Kespa era Light 1-1 tournament, can you name it? I don't think he won any MSLs or OSLs. Yeah, it must have been like an event. I don't think it was it WCG Korea? Or something like that, or like, yeah, are you talking about like dual tournament or challenge tournament? He probably would have won like an OSC. That's what I would say. He probably won OSC. Super Rookie 2006. Yeah, I would say it would be OSC or something like that. Because sometimes if you look at Team Liquid player database, he actually got up to Hive Tech here. He's got lurkers and defilers. Like if you look at people's TLPD list, then Sony was correct. Really, it was Super Rookie 2006 was actually a thing. Okay. Nice. Wow. Okay. There you go. Oh, a little bit of a late swarm. Yeah, I feel like Zero's just struggling now. He has been struggling this whole game. First, second, third were all Terrans. Ouch. Okay, well, Zero cleaned that up, actually. He's doing pretty well considering he's like massing Hydras, basically.
정말 그 위기를 김명훈 선수 아마 이 경기를 보니 이재용 감독도 지금 뭐 애간장이 탔을 겁니다. 굉장히 위기였거든요.
스타포도 둘 돌리고 있어요. 추가 확장이 이제도 필요합니다. 지금부터 이제 목이 마르기 시작합니다.
그럼요. 지금은 디파일러로 인해
So
충분히
anyway.
볼 수가 있을 것이고요.
Man, yeah, KennonCon, you should come just do trivia every time we have this show. It's really good, fun thing to chat about. Or maybe I should come up with some trivia to do as well. Where was this guy during our trivia earlier? He's a beast. Especially for the old school stuff. Sony's old school, man. Look at this spot. This drop spot in the corner. Now you want to, like, that's a really sick spot for Terrans to take with siege tanks, but like, it's on the corner of the map. The Zergs are almost never going to get that expansion, right? So it's kind of weird. Yeah, anything from 2008 to 21, you won't know. Anything from like 2010 to 2020, I won't know. September 2008, is that when you enlisted or something? Did you say you were in the military before? Yeah, no worries, KennonCon. Quit after Spirit Tour 2008. Yeah, I mean, like, trivia from like 2007 to 2009, I will know pretty well. I'll get most of that trivia. Earlier stuff is really tough for me, and anything after 2011, 12, I have no knowledge of at all, basically. Ooh, sniping the Spire. Spicy. And he's gonna get the Defiler Mound, I think? Maybe? Oh man, there was no swarm. The lings are just streaming in. Oh, he's just donating lings. Oh. Yeah, you could see it on his face there. You can always see it on their face before they GG when they go. I gotta check out some of these other Brood War streamers sometimes to see who's good people to raid. At the end of this game, I'm gonna probably raid Hawk is what it looks like. He's good StarCraft content to watch. Yeah, ASL season 11 is this season. Yeah. And I like watched a tiny bit of season 9 and the end of season 10. I haven't watched almost any ASL this season though. 809 Kenpachi. Thank you for the follow. How's it going? Unfortunately, you're jumping in right at the end of the stream here. We're watching. This looks like the end of the game, and this is gonna be my last game because I got stuff I need to take care of before a couple hours from now, basically. Take a shot in the dark. Oh, what are we guessing right now? Give me 3 names, I'll tell you my guess. Wait, what? The player with the most ASL wins. Oh, I know that's Flash. I think he's won it like 4 times, right? Or something like that. I was just looking at that recently because I was kind of like I didn't know much about it. So anyway, Light manages to defeat Zero on a Zerg favored map. Pretty hyped that they sent him out actually to face off against a Zerg player. Effort is tied with another Zerg. You talking about Zero, aka Queen? How you doing, Kenpachi? Apparently I'm legendary. Raid sunk among us? Does AI games? Do you guys want to watch AI games or you want to watch AI games are not actually great to watch in my opinion. I gotta say, I'm sorry. But if you guys want to go watch some AI games, we can raid him instead. Or raid that channel instead. Are we talking about ASL wins? Or are we talking about most wins in general? Season 6 finals were insane. Good to know. Might go back and watch that. Are we just naming cool players that we like now? Anyway, yeah, so I got some stuff I gotta take care of before 5. It's currently 3:15 here, so I'm gonna. Oh, ASL wins per race. Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I think it's Flash is the most Terran. Yeah, I think 2 is the most for Zerg, right? And I think 0 has 2. And or are you talking about for the all races? I think it's 4-4-3 or 3-3-3-3-4 or something like that. It's pretty even, I think. For the wins for the different races, isn't it, for ASL? Because I remember looking at different like wins recently for because I think Terran has 4 wins, Zerg has 3, and Protoss has 2 or something. I don't remember what it was, but the reason why is because I think it's funny that there's all this like these people that are like, oh, Terran is the hardest race and they have all the disadvantages and Protoss and Zerg are so easy compared to Terran. It's like, well, why does the Terran have the most gold medals of the MSL, the most gold medals of the OSL, and the most gold medals of ASL? Like, apparently there's something, maybe it's just the players, but I just think that's always funny. The most honor. Maybe that's why. All right. Anyway, I gotta go, but thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Again, we do this every Saturday afternoon and every Wednesday evening. So I'll be back in a few days on Wednesday. We'll be doing some more stuff in the evening on Wednesday evening. And if Dr. Dinger Donger's around, we'll probably watch The Group of Death from the ABC Mart MSL. That sounds like a good set of series to play or to watch. But we always just, we take requests. We talk about different esports stuff. Earlier we were talking about, the end of Brood War and the advent of StarCraft 2 and Kespa versus Blizzard and stuff like that. So we have some good conversations here. And now we're doing trivia in chat as well. So, good times. All right. All right. No one said anything about the AI games. So I'm going to go ahead and send a raid on to Hawk just because we're watching high level StarCraft. I want to make sure I mean, you guys can go watch whoever you want, but we'll raid Hawk and see how it goes. But what foreign P has racked up the most Reaver kills with one Reaver? I don't know. That's a good question. Depends on if you mean in a tournament or not. Probably someone like White Raw, I bet. Oh, maybe Legionnaire. Nooney's a good guess too, actually. But it depends on what tournament you're in, though. It might not be Nooney just because, like, I don't know, because he didn't play in a ton of like tournaments, right? Like he was good, but he practiced a lot, but he didn't like actually compete that much, you know, compared to some of those other guys that competed for years and years and years. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time. And of course, we got probably more stuff going up on YouTube this week as well, if you're interested in some more StarCraft action. So thank you, and have a good evening. I don't know why I decided to like do like some funny